Let's move on, shall we? Because there are 2 Premier League games coming up today, the first of which is at Bramall Lane, as bottom of the table Sheffield United host European chasing West Ham. The Blades have just 9 points after 20 matches. That's the fewest a team has had at this stage of a Premier League season, and avoided relegation. 11 that was by West Brom back in the 2004-05 season, the Great Escape. So they face a West Ham side who come into this one with just 1 defeat in 9 league matches. That was that 5-0 loss at Fulham, so quite a hammering defeat it was. But West Ham going really well still this season, Cass. And yeah, David Moyes still receiving a lot of criticism. A lot of West Ham fans still not sure of him being the boss to lead them forward.
Yeah, it's always been a weird one. I mean, look, there's a little bit of snobbery there that West Ham fans feel like they want to have a certain type, and it's a difficult club to manage. I think anybody would tell you that. I mean, I've spoke to Billy Bonds, who lived round the corner from me, about West Ham, and it was his club. He was a boy, and he was an absolute idol, hero at that football club. Yeah. You know, it's a tough club to run. You're getting a huge fan base who are full on all the time. So expectation is always of a higher level. Mm-hmm. Look, we know they won the Europa League last year, didn't they? Yeah, Conference League Cup, and it was a big trophy for them in the first time for many a moon. They've moved to a big stadium. They get 60,000 watch them. And they, I think the bigger problem is the old way of playing, being pragmatic and being, cautious as a manager, and football seeing exciting teams puts more pressure on your club, and fans want entertainment. They want it. And Paqueta being out is a problem for West Ham. He's the driving force of their midfield that creates brilliant chances. So if they don't have him in the team, and, obviously they've lost the boy Kudus to play in the African Nations as well. Ghana, so it's another issue. It's a tough one. I mean, I think David Moyes has brought the club forward. I think the club have moved. They're not a relegation team in any shape or form now. The latest criticism obviously comes from them bowing out of the FA Cup to Bristol City in a replay in midweek. But if you look at their Premier League situation, and they are pretty healthy.
Very much so. They are in the fight for a European place. They're currently in 6th. And actually, if they were to win today, that would be an 11th league win of the season, which would match their tally for the whole of last season. So it shows they've massively improved. Yeah,
and the team are a better team. He gets close to his first 11 out there. And let's not forget, we can't ignore they lost Declan Rice. Now, inspirational midfielder that drove that team.
That being said, though, it is the style of football that fans aren't happy with. And you could perhaps understand that, well, as a fan, you want to be entertained. Yes, you want to win, of course you do. And sometimes you'll win in playing badly or playing football that isn't as exciting as you'd want it to be. I think from what I've seen of West Ham fans who are critical of David Moyes, it's the fact that they're not being entertained, which you've picked up on already.
Well, I just think it's... No one say it's entertaining. I mean, what they got? 33 goals, is it something like that already this season? In the Premier League? So they've played, 20 games, they've got 33 goals. So this isn't a team that just wins 1-0. They are capable of more. And they have players. Bowen's a terrific footballer, can get goals and create things. Obviously, we talked about Paqueta, we've talked about Kudus, and there's others. Ward-Prowse can give a lot more offensively. They're an improving team, in my mind.
Okay. We will see what happens with their game at Sheffield United, who, by the way, have signed Ben Brereton Diaz on loan. Good signing. Do you think he'll do a good job?
Well, he was terrific at Blackburn. Everyone thought Premier League would get him, and he went to Spain. And I think Chris Wilders took an opportunity to bring someone back that I know he had interest in before. He spoke about him before. So, I think it'll be a terrific signing for them. And hopefully, they're a long way adrift, aren't they, at the moment? Yeah,
1 win in 9 for them in the Premier League. 7 of their 9 points this season has been collected at Bramall Lane, so they'll be happy. Their first game back after their little mini winter break is at home as well. 2 o'clock kickoff will keep you updated.
The Sunday Sports Breakfast with Natalie Sawyer and Tony Cascarino. Sunday mornings from 6 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.